Welcome to Hello English Teacher. Today let's look at the line by line explanation of the last part of the chapter Madam Rides the Bus from class 10 English. If you are watching my video for the first time, please subscribe. You can listen to the explanations of chapters from classes 10, 11 and 12 English. And don't forget to press the bell icon so that you get notified whenever I upload a video. Let's move on to the video now. So we saw how Wally was sitting in the bus and standing to see the sights outside, but then she was asked to sit and then an ugly looking lady came and sat next to her. So let us see what happened. Her first journey, what careful, painstaking, elaborate plans she had made for it. So this was her first journey and she had to plan very carefully. What were the plans she made? She had to collect the money, she had to see the time, she had to find out the details about the travel, the time and how much it cost, all these. So these were the plans that she had made. She had thriftily saved whatever stray coins came her way. She had thriftily means very carefully not to spend too much. So whatever money had come through her way, she saved them, resisting every temptation to buy peppermints, toys, balloons and the like. So many times she got some extra money from the parents maybe, and she did not spend them on buying sweets and toys and balloons etc. Without spending on these items, she saved the money for her bus ride, and finally she had saved a total of 60 paise. So by saving money, she was able to save finally 60 paise. What is 60 paise? 30 for going and 30 for coming. So she needed a total of 60 paise for the bus ride and she was able to save it. How difficult it had been, particularly that day at the village fair, but she had resolutely stifled a strong desire to ride the merry-go-round even though she had the money. So what happened? When there was a village fair, very carefully she was able to put away her desire to go on the merry-go-round. So it's a game that the children play by sitting on the a stand like thing which goes round and round. So she was able to push away that desire. She was able to overcome that desire even though she had the money. So she saved that money for her bus ride. After she had enough money saved, her next problem was now to slip out of the house without the mother's knowledge. So once she finished collecting the money, what is the next thing she had to do? She had to come out of the house without her mother's knowledge. So all these things are the part of her plan for her bus ride. So what is the meaning of resolutely stifled? Resolutely means with great determination. Stifled means to feel suffocated, because she wanted to go on the merry-go-round but then she did not go. So she was feeling suffocated. She was not able to fulfill her desire, but for her plan to succeed, she had to let it go. But she managed this without too much difficulty. So she managed to look at the fair without much difficulty. Every day after lunch, her mother would nap for about 1 hour, 1 to 4 or so. So what happened? Now she needed to find a time when she can go out without her mother's knowledge. So one thing is, her mother would every day in the afternoon go to sleep. Nap means a small sleep from 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock. So Wally always used these hours for her excursions as she stood looking from the doorway of her house, or sometimes even ventured out into the village. So what is she used to do? So this is the time, 1 o'clock to 4 o'clock in the afternoon, when her mother used to sleep. She used to stand at the doorway and watch the buses go, and sometimes she used to also go into the village. And today these same hours could be used for her first excursion outside the village, and she thought that this is the best time when she can slip out of the house and take her bus ride. So what is the meaning of excursion? Excursion here means tour, and the tour here is a bus ride. So let's move on. So the bus rolled, now cutting across a bare landscape, now rushing through a tiny hamlet or past an odd wayside shop. So all these things she was only thinking about how she made the money and about her plans etc. So she is seated inside the bus and the bus is moving forward. So it went through landscapes and then it went through a tiny hamlet. Hamlet means a small village, and then there was a odd shop also on the roadside, a small shop that you see on the roadside. Sometimes the bus seemed on the point of gobbling up another vehicle that was coming towards them, or a pedestrian crossing the road. So gobbling means like swallowing. So as the bus was moving forward, when another vehicle come in the opposite direction, it looked as if this bus was going to swallow the other vehicle, or maybe a pedestrian is a person who is walking by the side of the road. But lo, somehow it passed on smoothly, leaving all obstacles safely behind. But then the bus did not gobble these vehicles or other pedestrians. It was able to move forward smoothly without causing any damage to anything that was there in the front. Trees came running towards them, but then stopped as a bus reached them, and simply stood there helpless for a moment by the side of the road before rushing away in the other direction. So when she was sitting in the bus, she was also watching the trees that were there beside the road. It looked as if the trees were running and coming towards them, but as the bus came close to that spot, the tree would be like as if it is stopping there for some time and then moving back to the opposite direction. Suddenly Wali clapped her hands with glee. So she was feeling so happy. Glee means happiness, and she started clapping her hands. A young cow, tail high in the air, was running in fast right in the middle of the road, right in front of the bus. So what made her happy? She saw a young cow coming towards the bus, running and coming towards the bus. Its tail was up and it was coming fast towards the bus, and it was just in front of the bus. The bus slowed to a crawl, and the driver sounded his horn loudly again and again. So the bus slowed to a crawl means the bus slowed down, and then the driver, what did he do? He sounded the horn so that the cow would hear it and move. But the more he honked, the more frightened the animal became, and the faster it galloped, always right in front of the bus. But what happened? It was a small cow, and it was getting confused which way to go, and it was becoming frightened also. And so it was only running faster, and it was always coming in front of the bus. But somehow this was very funny to Wali. So looking at this, Wali felt like laughing. Okay, she laughed and laughed until there were tears in her eyes. So she was laughing so much that tears started coming out of her eyes. Hey lady, haven't you laughed enough? Called the conductor. So the conductor calls her, hey lady, and asks her, did you have a hearty laugh? Better save some for tomorrow. So the conductor, he was a jolly kind of a fellow, and he was very friendly. So he just told Wali that enough laughing for today, the rest you can laugh for tomorrow. At last the cow moved off the road, and soon the bus came to a railroad crossing. So the bus moved off and the cow moved off, and then next is the railroad crossing. So there was a railway crossing. A speck of a train could be seen in the distance. So they could see, who were seated in the bus, they could see a small dot of the train approaching from far away, growing bigger and bigger as it drew nearer. So the train was approaching, so they had to wait for the train to pass. Then it rushed past the crossing gate with a tremendous roar and rattle, shaking the bus. So when the train passed just in front of them, the whole bus was shaking and rattling, and there was loud noise as well. Then the bus went on and passed the train station. Then the bus moved on after the train left, and then it had to cross the railway station. From there it traversed a busy, well laid out shopping street, and turning entered a wider thoroughfare. So what happened? After the railway station, the bus went on and it had to traverse means cross a busy shopping street, and then after that it turned a little bit, and then it had to enter a thoroughfare. So what's the meaning of thoroughfare? Thoroughfare is a main road that is separating two places. Okay, so such a big bright looking shops on both sides. There were big shops, and they were all nicely lit up. What glittering displays of clothes and other merchandise. So many things were there in the shop, all colorful items, clothes and all that, and Wali was looking at all these. With glittering displays of cloths and other merchandise. Merchandise means other materials that people sell in the shop. Such big crowds, and there were so many people in all these shops. Struck dumb with wonder, Wali gaped at everything. So she was dumbstruck by looking at all this. She was surprised to see so much of shops and people there, and then she just gaped at everything. Gaping means she was just opening her mouth with wonder and looking at everything. Then the bus stopped and everyone got off except Wally. And then the bus came to a halt. All got down except Wally. "Hey ladies," said the conductor, "aren't you ready to get off?" So the conductor asked Wally whether you're not getting down. After all people getting down, he asked her because she was only there minding the bus. So he asked her if she wanted to get down. "This is as far as your 30 pies takes you." "No," said Wally, "I'm going back on the same bus." So the conductor told her that you gave me 30 pies and this much is what you can travel for 30 pies. Immediately she replied, "No, I want to go back on the same bus." She took another 30 pies from her pocket and handed the coins to the conductor. So she had 60 pies saved and now she has the 30 paise left, and she took that and gave it to the conductor. "Why, is something the matter?" "No, nothing's the matter." So he asked her, "Why is that you want to go back? Is there any problem?" Then she said, "No, I have no problem. I just felt like having a bus ride, that's all." So she's telling him that I just wanted to have a bus ride, that's why I'm coming and going back. There is nothing else. "Don't you want to have a look at the sights now that you're here?" So the conductor asked her, "If you want to have a look around, you can go and have a look at the beautiful sights in this place." "All by myself?" "Oh, I'd be much too afraid." So what did Wally say? She said, "How can I go alone? I am so frightened, so I don't want to go." Greatly amused by the girl's way of speaking, the conductor said, "But you weren't afraid to come in the bus." So the conductor was thinking, this girl is so bold to come in the bus, so why don't she have a look around alone? So he asked her, "See, you came all alone in the bus. That time you were not afraid. Why are you saying that you are afraid now?" "Nothing to be afraid of about," she answered. Then she said, no, I'm not afraid of anything." "Well then, why not go to that stall over there and have something to drink?" Then he asked her, "Then why don't you go to that stall?" Means a small shop. "Why don't you go there and have some drink?" "Nothing to be afraid of about that either. So you don't have to be afraid of that also," said the conductor. "Oh no, I couldn't do that." So she said, "No, I don't want to go and have a drink." "Well then, let me bring a cold drink." So he said, "So let me bring a drink for you." "No, I don't have enough money. Just give me my ticket." So she said, "No, I don't want a drink. I don't have enough money for that, so I just want my ticket. That's all. So I'll be my treat and not cost you anything." So the conductor said, "Don't worry about money. Think it as a treat, so you don't have to pay any money." "No, no," she said firmly. "Please, no." So she just refused. She did not want to have the drink. The conductor shrugged and they waited until it was time for the bus to begin the return journey. So the conductor said okay, and then they just waited for the other passengers to come so that the bus can go back. Again, there weren't many passengers, so not many passengers this time. "Won't your mother be looking for you?" the conductor asked when the girl gave the girl her ticket. So the conductor asked her whether your mother will be looking for you or not, because she's all alone in the bus. "No, no one will be looking for me." So she said, "No, no one is going to look for me." The bus started again and there were the same wonderful sights. So the bus started its journey back and she could see all the same thing that she saw when she was coming. Wally wasn't bored in the slightest and greeted everything with the same excitement. But then she was enjoying everything, though she had seen it all once. She was able to enjoy all the sights she felt for the first time. But suddenly she saw a young cow lying dead by the roadside where it had been struck by some fast moving vehicle. But then suddenly what happened? She saw a young cow lying dead, and maybe it was hit by a vehicle. "Isn't that the same cow that ran in front of the bus on our trip to town?" she asked the conductor. So she asked the conductor whether it was the same cow that they saw while going to the town. The conductor nodded and she was overcome with sadness. So the conductor said yes, and she became very sad because the cow that she had seen running and frightened and all that was dead now. Now what had been a lovable, beautiful creature just a little while ago had now suddenly lost its charm, and its life looked so horrible, so frightening as it lay there, legs spread eagled, a fixed stare in its eyes, blood all over. The bus moved on. So she was feeling very sad by the look of the cow, because it was running happily in the beginning, but now it is dead there and its eyes are just opened and blood was flowing all over, the legs spread, and she was feeling very sad looking at that sight. The memory of the dead cow haunted her, dampening her enthusiasm. So the memory of the cow, so thinking of the dead cow made her more and more frightened, and she lost all her enthusiasm that she had in the beginning. She no longer wanted to look out of the window. So thinking of the cow, she lost her enthusiasm and she did not want to enjoy the sights by looking outside. She sat thus glued to her seat until the bus reached her village at 3:40. So she was just glued, means as if she was stuck to the seat. She just sat there quietly till the village was reached. She stood up and stretched herself. Then she turned to the conductor and said, "Well, sir, I hope to see you again." So when it was about time to get down, she got up, she stretched herself and told the conductor, spoke to the conductor. What did she say? "See you again. I hope I will see you again." "Okay, madam," he answered, smiling. So he said, "Okay, let's see whether we'll see again or not," he said, and he just smiled. "Whenever you feel like a bus ride, come and join us." So he also told her that whenever you want to take a bus ride, please come, and don't forget to bring your fare. Fare means the cost or the money for the travel ticket. She laughed, jumped from the bus, and she got down from the bus. Then she went running straight from home. Then she went running straight for home. So then she went back to her home running. When she entered her house, she found her mother awake and talking to one of Wally's aunts, the one from South Street. So she went home, she saw her mother inside, and the mother was talking to one of her aunts. This aunt was a real chatterbox, never closing her mouth once she started talking. So this woman, the aunt, was a chatterbox. Who is a chatterbox? Who keeps on talking. So this lady was also a chatterbox and she never closes her mouth. "And where have you been?" her aunt when Wally came in. So her aunt asked her, "Where were you so long?" She spoke very casually, not expecting a reply. So Wally just smiled and her mother and aunt went on with their conversation. So the way the aunt asked, Wally understood, so that she was only asking a question in a casual manner and she did not expect a reply. So Wally kept quiet and she just went in, and the two ladies carried on their conversation. "Yes, you are right," her mother said. "So many things in our midst and inside the world outside." So both of them were talking something and they just continued with their talk. How can we possibly know about everything? And even when we do know about something, we often can't understand it completely, can we? "Oh yes," breathed Wally. So the ladies were talking and they were telling that they were not able to understand about things happening around them. And Wally also just joined in and said, "Oh yes." "What?" asked her mother. What's that you say?" "Oh," said Wally, "I was just agreeing with what you said about things happening without our knowledge." So immediately when she answered, her mother asked, "What are you trying to say?" So Wally said that, "No, I was just trying to agree with whatever you both were talking, that so many things happen around us and they happen without our knowledge." And here what really happened was that Wally had gone out and come back, and this happened without the knowledge of the lady sitting inside. So this is also one significant thing here. So "Just a chit of a girl," she said, her aunt. So her aunt immediately commented that she is a chit of a girl. What's a chit of a girl? Means somebody who is very immature. And look how she pokes her nose into our conversation just as though she were a grown lady. And she also made a comment that how Wally was poking her nose, how she was interfering in their conversation and gave her opinion like a grown up lady. Wally smiled to herself. She didn't want them to understand her smile. She smiled because she had done something without their knowledge, and so that was in her mind. So she smiled to herself. But then she wasn't much of chance of that was there. So she was just thinking in her mind that there is no possibility of these two ladies to understand what she had done. So she smiled to herself. So we come to know a lot of things about Wally. She is an intelligent girl. She is very sensitive, clever, self-respecting, and also a courageous girl. So I hope you liked today's video. For more informative videos, do subscribe to Hello English Teacher, like, share and give your valuable comments below. Thank you for watching.